I strongly believe that we're going to reach the 70,000 US dollars. Yes, I said it before 24 hours ago that I think we're going to reach the 70,000 US dollars by the full moon. But if we're going to look at the moon phases, guys, the major moves always start at a full moon. But overall, guys, I do expect that the price movement of Bitcoin is going to break the 70,000 US dollars. We're going to look at the moon phases, but most importantly, guys, I'm going to give you my absolute target for the end of the bull market cycle. Yes, I'm going to predict the price movement of Bitcoin all the way to a new all-time high. And yes, this might shock you, but I believe that the overall crypto market, especially you, are not bullish enough. So if you want to find out what is going to be the cycle top for Bitcoin, make sure to watch the video until the end, smash up the like button, and now let's directly start with today's video. Yes, the price movement of Bitcoin looks extremely bullish, but I can see a lot of bears still in the market that think that the price movement of Bitcoin is going to dump lower, because if we're going to look at the weekly chart, yes guys, this looks extremely bullish, and I do believe we're going to get this fast move towards the upside. And once again, nobody expects this major move, because a lot of bears in the market, they expect that this is going to be an even lower high for Bitcoin and that we're going to come all the way back down, but not this time, guys. I do strongly believe that all these bears are going to get wrecked, and I'm going to give you the cycle top for Bitcoin. But first of all, let's go on the even lower time frames of Bitcoin on the daily chart, because we can perfectly see that the price movement is entering this major box. And yes guys, I do believe that the 70,000 US dollars will be hit in the next few hours, because this looks extremely bullish. And yes, I put my money where my mouth is, and that's why we opened this trade in my free signal group on Bitcoin. And yes guys, my take profit is all the way at 70,000 US dollars, but I do believe that the price movement of Bitcoin is going to even break this towards the upside and maybe even come all the way to the levels of 71,000 US dollars. But yes, we're also in a trade in stacks, because by now you should know that I'm heavily invested in stacks, and I do believe stacks is going to make an easy 10x. But if you watched my previous video, you could have entered the city trade yesterday when I published this video. The price movement was all the way in these levels, and yes, we nearly got stopped out, but only nearly. And yes, we're going to break in some major profits, because if Bitcoin is going to break this major range towards the upside and the 70,000 US dollars, we could expect that the overall crypto market, especially the altcoins, are absolutely going to fly. And yes guys, this is going to be face melting if you're in the crypto market for the first time, or if you only started to invest in crypto, because if we're going to see this major move towards the upside, all of these altcoins that are lagging behind, like Solana, they're going to see a major move towards the upside. I could expect that Solana, in the immediate short term, if Bitcoin is going to break its previous all-time high, that Solana is going to see a fast move all the way to the 500 US dollars. But we're going to look at the end of the cycle predictions for Solana and also stacks. But first of all, let's go over to the daily news. If you didn't watch the previous video, or if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, guys, what are you waiting for? Smash up the like button and subscribe, because ultimately guys, the next major stage of the bull market is going to start exactly now. Yes, phase 2 of the bull market, and these have been the returns in the previous cycles after a halving, and we are exactly here. So yes, this parabolic stage of the bull market is about to start in Q4. And yes guys, we can see that a lot of banks are in unrealized loss, which is even 7 times higher than the 2008 financial crisis. Yes guys, be your own bank with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but ultimately guys, we can see that all of these whales are accumulating Bitcoin like never before. If you think Bitcoin is only going to go to 100,000 US dollars, think again, because all these major institutions, they didn't enter the crypto market for only 120% towards the upside. And this brings us to the next chapter. Yes, we're going to look at the cycle top. On the monthly chart of Bitcoin, we can see that the price movement of Bitcoin perfectly is coiling up within this major level. Yes, the previous all-time high, and we can see that the price movement perfectly held this previous bull market support, which was major resistance. And ultimately guys, this is going to be our major support. And if we're going to break out from this level, yes guys, we're going to look at the price target. And yes, first of all, my predictions for the end of the bull cycle, if you have been subscribed to my channel, was in between the levels of 180,000 per Bitcoin, or even all the way up to the levels of 250,000 US dollars for Bitcoin. But guys, I looked at the price targets because I looked at the measured move, because a lot of people say that we're going to top out round about the 100,000 or even 120,000 US dollars, which would be in the best case 120,000 all the way up here. This is going to be 75%. Are you thinking that all these major institutions like BlackRock, they're investing into crypto exactly here? They're just going to enter the crypto market to push the price movement of Bitcoin only up by 75%? No guys, think again, because this major capital, being the biggest investment firms, Fidelity, BlackRock, Grayscale, they're going to pump the price movement of Bitcoin, because even the best case scenario that I predicted at the beginning of the year, being 250,000 US dollars, are just going to be returns of 266%. And remember, in the previous bull market, all the way from the current price movement, before we saw this major break of the previous all-time high, this was a move of round about 500% for Bitcoin. But ultimately guys, I do believe that we are at least going to see a pump all the way to the levels of 400%, that all these major institutions like BlackRock, they're going to pump the price movement of Bitcoin all the way up by 400%. And yes guys, this would bring us to the price of round about 350,000, being the cycle top for Bitcoin. And I do really believe that this is going to be a realistic price target. But guys, be prepared that in this major time towards the upside, we could expect the major volatility that BlackRock is going to push the price movement of Bitcoin first of all the way to the levels of 100,000 US dollars, and then maybe dump it all the way back down to the levels of 60 or even 70,000 US dollars, pump it all the way back up to the levels of round about 150,000, dump it all the way back straight down, all the way to the 100,000 US dollar level, and then push it all the way up to a major blow off top round about the 350,000 US dollars. And remember guys, all of these altcoins, they're going to be absolutely flying, because if we're going to look at Solana, guys, this is going to be a pump all the way from the current price movement all the way to the swing high. If Bitcoin is going to break the 200 or even 300,000 US dollars, I do believe that Solana has a minimum price target of 1,000 US dollars, being a percentage gain of 580%, or even all the way up to the levels of 3,000 US dollars. Because remember guys, in the previous bull market, Ethereum went all the way from the levels at the beginning of the halving all the way down here. We saw this major move after the halving, all the way from the price targets of $250 all the way up to the new all-time high, which was exactly round about the 4,800 US dollars. Yes guys, this is going to be a major move for all of these altcoins like Solana or even Stacks. Because remember guys, my end of the bull market price target for Stacks is round about the 20 US dollar level, which is exactly 994%, so let's say round about a 10x. But if Bitcoin is going to break the 200 or even 300,000 US dollars, we could expect that Stacks is at least going to go to the next major level, being round about the 50 US dollar level, which would make a major gain of 2,600%. So what are you waiting for? This is only going to be the beginning of a major move towards the upside for Bitcoin. And let's go on the even lower time frames, because ultimately guys, you can save this video or quote me exactly on my words. I do believe that Bitcoin is going to reach the 70,000 US dollars by the end of this day. Yes, in the next 24 hours, we could expect that Bitcoin is going to come all the way to this major resistance, this major psychological level of 70,000 US dollars, and maybe even break the 71,000 US dollars. But guys, be prepared for a major volatile move, because if we're going to hit the 70,000 US dollars, a lot of people will short the market. But remember what I said in the previous video, that all these bears are going to get destroyed. And if you want to start trading and earn some passive income, make sure to watch this video, the step-by-step tutorial how you can trade on the futures market, because ultimately guys, we are reckoning some major profits. You could have been in the silly trade, or even this Bitcoin trade where we have our take profit exactly at the 70,000 US dollars, but we are also in the Stacks trade. So what are you waiting for? Go down in the video description below and sign up to my free Telegram group. And I also made this poll. Bitcoin to 70,000 US dollars. And yes, now we can see that the votes are round about by 37% yes and 37% no. But I wrote, the fact that you guys say no or maybe makes me even bullisher. Bitcoin will slaughter all the bears because 80% of the market think that we're going to go lower. But guess what? Be smarter than the broader crypto market. And yes, guys, I do believe that Bitcoin is going to reach the 70,000 US dollars within the next 24 hours because this looks extremely bullish. And a lot of bears are going to get absolutely wrecked. And you know why? Because this is Bitcoin. And yes, guys, this is going to shock a lot of people if Bitcoin is going to break towards the upside. And yes, this is exactly what I've been telling you. This move towards the upside is going to catch a lot of people off guard, and now's the time to be bullish, because if you invested exactly here and you held your cryptocurrency during this major capitulation zone, yes guys, you're going to be rewarded with some major profits. So dollar cost average into crypto, and make sure to join my free Telegram group where I always keep you up to date. And mark my words guys, that today we're going to break the 70,000 US dollars. And yes guys, now's the time to invest into the crypto market. But most importantly guys, smash up the like button and subscribe so that you're going to be one step ahead of the overall crypto market. Be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.